Islanders Carnival Corporation has shared their third quarter earnings reports. Record profits are in store. Many people are upset and outraged, saying that Carnival Corporation and Royal Caribbean Group, they're getting their piece of the pie. They are calling for cruise prices to come down for you and for me. We will share on the show today if that's exactly what we're going to see going forward. We're also sharing news from Carnival Cruise Line as they release their 2024 holiday schedule, a time to be festive on board, a time when there's different events that's on board. The ships look great. There's people upset about this schedule. We will share why with you on the show today. We're also sharing news from Royal Caribbean International as the Star of the Seas has a major milestone that while the Icon of the Seas, a sister ship, is not even sailing with passengers right now. We all need some time in the islands. Let's go there now on Island Time. A big happy Monday to all you Islanders. We hope that you had a good weekend and your week is off to a great start. We are on Island Time. I am Derek. Let's drop our anchors. Whatever's on our mind and our hearts, let's drop it for just about 10 or 12 minutes and relax in the islands together. We appreciate all of you who come here day after day for your cruise news. For those of you who've been faithful for years, or if you're just now getting into this community, be sure you're subscribed to stay up to date in everything going on in cruise news and our experiences, including the Sun Princess and Welcome to North America activities happening in less than 10 days. We can't wait for that to bring that to you from Fort Lauderdale. Let's jump into the news here. We've got an update from Royal Caribbean, the Star of the Seas, the Icon of the Seas. Neither of them are sailing right now with passengers, but the Star of the Seas has positive news as she's reached a major milestone. She is now touching water, the float out for the first time. This is a big step in the right direction. Work prior to this is usually on the ship, right? The ship is almost in a dry dock situation. She's being constructed. But when she's floated out, that is the time, that is the turn of the page where work starts to take place on the interior portions of the ship. The Star of the Seas will be the largest ship in the world, larger than her sister, the Icon of the Seas. Construction started on her in February of 2023, and they're just now floating her out in Finland. Royal Caribbean is excited about this, and we are too. She will sail week-long cruises from Port Canaveral starting August of 2025. Amanda and I hope to be there to sail on her in July of 2025, just before she starts sailing with paying passengers. One of the interesting things is that the shipyard there in Finland has floated out the Star of the Seas, and they're going to start the next Icon-class ship in the coming weeks. Yes, a third one. We know there's going to be at least 4. There's an option for 2 more. There could be up to 6 Icon-class ships. We're excited about that. We'll see what the Star of the Seas has that's different than Icon. If you're looking at the Icon of the Seas, be sure to check out our 1-hour ship tour on her. She's a beautiful, beautiful ship. We also have news on the Icon of the Seas. If you remember, she had some issues. She had to cut her days short by 1 day. Last cruise, she's at the Grand Bahama shipyard where they are working on her. Royal Caribbean still hasn't really shared what's going on. We noticed with the last cruise that her cruising speed was lower than what they usually are. So it could be something around maximum cruising speed, but she's set to be out for this week and return to service this coming weekend. We know that there are 7,500 people waiting, right, to see if this actually takes place. I think that it will, but it's a little hush-hush for Royal Caribbean. The largest cruise ship in the world, not even sailing right now with paying passengers. Are you booked on the Star or the Icon of the Seas? Let us know your thoughts in the comments section below. Some of you will say she's too large. I'm not doing it. Share that as well, but I will share this. I've been on Icon. She's not too large. I think you would like her. Let us know what you think in the comments section below. As we move on to talking about money, Carnival Corporation, remember, Carnival Corporation consists of all the cruise lines that Carnival Corporation owns. So a lot of times our minds goes to Carnival Cruise Line, but that's only one cruise line that Carnival Corporation owns. The corporation itself shared Q3 numbers across all of their companies, and they did well. They set record after record. I have extracted some of the main details to share with you. And there's also a lot of people that have commented on my page and other pages that are happy for Carnival Corporation, but say that it's time for cruise prices to drop. We're going to talk about that in just about 1 minute. Let's share the numbers first as they are. Third quarter net income after all the bills are paid was $1.7 billion. That is a crazy number, almost $2 billion after all the bills are paid. Third quarter revenues, this is how much money they made. This is when you and I book our cruise, when you and I spend money on board, when we buy the internet, the drink package, and all that stuff. $7.9 billion is what you and I spent. It's what we spent in Q3 to cruise with Carnival Corporation. It's up $1 billion from last year, almost $8 billion in 1 quarter. Total customer deposits, I always look at this number. How much money have you and I paid Carnival Corporation to say we're going to sell on Princess or on Carnival or Holland America? $6.8 billion is what they're holding from you and I, saying that we're going to cruise in 2024, 2025, 2026, but our cruise has not taken place yet. That's a record, another record. $6.8 billion is what they're holding on to. They shared that Josh Weinstein shared, President and CEO of Carnival Corporation, that over 50% of capacity is already booked for next year. That some of those, some of the nicest cabins, some of the best itineraries, over 50% of them are already sold for next year. They like that number very, very much. Since June of 2024, the company has paid off, listen to this, the third quarter alone, $625 million in debt. We know that these cruise lines, not just Carnival Corporation, but all of them are in debt from the pandemic. They had to borrow huge amounts of money. And in Q3 alone, Carnival Corporation paid off $625 million in debt. They've paid off $7.3 billion since the beginning of 2023. $7.3 billion in debt. That is insane. Now, people hear these numbers. They hear their record revenues, the record deposits, and they say these cruise lines are doing better than ever. They're making more money than they ever have before, which is true, and that they should pass on some of those savings to you and I. We want to cruise more. We know that cruise prices have gone up. We used to go on 3 or 4 cruises a year. Now we can only go on 1. I hear that from people every day. They say, Derek, and I've seen them post this on social media, not just directly to me, but just on social media. Cruise prices need to come down. These records are ridiculous. Will cruise prices come down? That answer is no, not anytime soon. We have to remember, these cruise lines are in business for profit. They are not nonprofit organizations. I wish they were. They are for-profit organizations. They have stakeholders who have invested sometimes $100, thousands of dollars, hundreds of thousands of dollars, and millions of dollars. They have stockholders that they are trying to make happy. They have goals that they are set to reach. Leadership are set to reach. If they don't reach these goals, sometimes they're fired. They are fired. This is a for-profit business, meaning they're going to try to make the most amount of profit that they can. Cruise prices, I don't see them coming down in 2025, but I have gathered 10 different ideas, and I'll share them so quick. 10 ideas where you can get the most bang for your buck, where you can save some money on your trips, on your vacations, on your cruises. 10 things to make cruising more affordable. Number 1, book early in advance. New sailings, new itineraries are coming out for 2025 and 6 right now. Book them right now. The cheapest that they will ever be is when they come out. If you see a cruise you want, book it. A lot of times, these cruise lines have low deposits. If plans change, you lose $50. Who cares? If you wait and you book it, you spend hundreds of dollars more. Book in advance. Number 2, only cruise during the off-season. What is the off-season? The off-season is anytime school is in session. If kids are in school, you need a cruise. That is when it is cheapest to cruise. Number 3, cruise with 3 or 4 people in your cabin. You call me crazy, but I'm telling you, if you cruise with 3 and 4 people in your cabin and you can divide that cost, you will save money. Guests 3 and 4 are not as expensive as guest 1 and 2. You can save money, and let's be honest, are we in our cabin very much anyway? Number 4, try other cruise lines. Maybe you're cruising the expensive cruise line and you need to look at other cruise lines. Carnival's always a great option. MSC is a great option. Norwegian, we're going on a Thanksgiving cruise. It was very cheap. As another option, look at different cruise lines. Number 5, use AARP and other avenues to save money on gift cards. AARP gives 10% off of gift cards. A lot of people use them for Carnival Cruise Line. There's 10% savings on your cruise. Maybe you've always heard about it, never done it. Maybe you need to do it. Number 6, book your cruise while on your current cruise. There are several cruise lines. Carnival's not one of them that offer incentives and onboard credit. If you will book a cruise while you're on a cruise, look at those incentives. Number 7, do not sell the new ships. The new ships are the expensive ships. The new ships are probably the ships that you and I want to sell, but don't do it. Sell the older ships and you will save money. I promise. I see it every single day. Number 8, do back-to-back. Do a back-to-back cruise. You can do a back-to-back 6-day, 7-day, 8-day. Maybe you usually do a 7-day. You do back-to-back 5- and 4-day. But you'll save money on your travel, your transportation, your hotel expenses. Maybe you look at doing a back-to-back if you live further away from the port and save money there. Number 9, see if travel advisors have group space. That answer is yes, especially if you sell Royal Caribbean and Celebrity. Our prices and our group space that we have is way cheaper than the price that is advertised online. This is across the board for many cruises. It is. We can save you money in group space. Carnival doesn't set things up the same way, or we would do it for Carnival as well. Number 10, use options like Uplift to finance your vacation. I know that sounds bad. If I can't pay for my vacation, I'm not going to take it. I've heard people say that, but Uplift has 0% opportunities where you can pay off your cruise over a period of time and not pay any interest, and you don't get that punch right in the face. $3,500 is gone. Instead, you can pay that off over time. Use Uplift and other options. If you have questions, we can help you with that. Islanders, that's my list of different ways you can save money on your next cruise. You probably have more. Be sure to share those in the comment section below. As I share this next cruise news story with you, Carnival Cruise Lines sharing 2024 holiday schedules and when they're going to decorate their ships. This is an easy topic, an easy conversation. If you've ever cruised over Christmas, you know that cruise lines do this. They put up Christmas trees and garland and decor and have different shows. They have, you can meet Santa, you can have cookies and milk, you can drop off letters to Santa. They'll have a Christmas Carol sing-along. They have all this different stuff that they do for Christmas. And they usually start it just after Thanksgiving. It goes the entire month of December. After New Year's, bam, it's gone, it's off the ship. It's easy, but the ships are beautiful. I've sailed over Christmas many times, or during that window. The ships are beautiful. You have probably sailed then as well. People have issues with this decor, even though Carnival does a good job, and they don't necessarily just pump in the religious piece of Christmas, because they do celebrate other holidays in addition to Christmas as well. But there have been some people who are upset. One guest shared this: there should be no Christmas decorations on cruises apart from the actual cruise over December 25th. If left up to me, John Hild, I've always thought Mr. Scrooge had many admirable points. This would be about the right length of time to excite Carnival's passengers who celebrate Christmas. John Hild responded to this guest and said, I understand everyone's opinion, but, well, it's a special time of year that I'm sure the shops where you live will start celebrating in the next few weeks. A great point by John Hild. If you go shop somewhere, they're going to have Christmas decor up. Carnival Cruise Line and other cruise lines will have this decor up as well. I enjoy the ship being decorated, and I've always found that Carnival is not necessarily pushing a religion on you. A lot of these are just secular decorations, right? You're not going to see Jesus or somewhere up there on the Christmas tree. But it's a time to remember to give, to be thankful. It always seems like passengers during this time period have some extra joy in their heart. It's that time of year. Even the Scrooges among us aren't so Scroogey and grouchy during this time of year. I've always enjoyed it. I'm glad that Carnival and others take time to decorate their ships to get everybody in the spirit. And I hope that this cruiser maybe changes their mind. I don't know. Let us know what you think in the comment section below. Do you agree that cruise lines should still decorate for this holiday season? Do you enjoy the decorations? Should they just decorate for Christmas week or for the season? Let us know your thoughts in the comments section below. We have so many different opportunities for you to get engaged. Be sure that you like this video and take just a few minutes to share your comment. We would love to hear what you have to say about these different things on the show today. We'll see you in the comment section below. We'll see you on our Facebook page and tomorrow right here. on Island Time.